everyone, Donut here. Sorry for not posting in a couple days. I've been a little bit under the weather. I think I had a cold, probably the coup for the 6th time. Good thing I got my 9th booster shot though. Do you guys like controversy? Because I fucking love controversy. Today we're going to be talking about, believe it or not, a viral video on Twitter. This is actually kind of an older incident, but it went to a grand jury last week and a decision was made on the 2 officers in it to not be charged criminally, and it's been shared 10 million plus times the past week by one of those World Star Hip Hop clone Twitters. I've been getting tagged like crazy on this one. With 11 million plus something views, everyone's like, Donut, tell us things. There's no context leading up to an incident where an unarmed guy gets his ass beat by police, allegedly unarmed. Now listen up folks, I gotta blur this one a little bit because there are some pretty gnarly strikes and some blood shown. Not a lot of blood, but YouTube doesn't like the sight of blood at all. If you want to watch the raw footage, you can go down to the description below, find my raw police footage channel. Everything I break down on this channel, I throw up on there to help the people who hate hearing my voice. Why are you guys so fucking mean to me? But first, a word from our sponsor for this video, USCCA. Let's say you or someone in your family gets into an incident where you have to defend yourself against someone else. Well, unfortunately, there's a good chance that you could be drugged through civil and criminal court. You could get arrested, but the USCCA is there to help you out every step of the way. For only a couple of bucks a month, you get 24/7 access to a team of attorneys, up to $2 million to help if you're sued civilly, and tons of other benefits to help you out in case you do actually get into a situation where you have to defend yourself or your family. They even offer self-defense training if you really want to learn some cool stuff. Right now, they're offering a bunch of cool stuff during the month of February if you go to uscca.com/donut. If you sign up between February 13th and 15th, you get a flashlight and an Otis cleaning kit. And if you sign up for the Platinum and Elite level during these days, you get a dope range bag. If you sign up on any level between February 26th to February 28th, you get a Pelican vault. If you sign up for the Platinum Elite levels during these days, you get the Otis cleaning kit and the range bag. So the highest level of protection you sign up for, the more cool free stuff you get. Sign up today at uscca.com/donut. The headlines for this incident read as follows. Phoenix officer seen on video hitting kicking man will not be charged, attorney's office. 2 Phoenix cops won't face charges in quick trip beating. Phoenix officers won't face criminal charges after video captures them beating cuffed suspect. Oof, that sounds bad. What are people saying about this incident? My friend Phil from the amazing band All That Remains commented on it and said, how could anyone endorse this? If you have 10 cops and one is bad, but the other 9 don't do anything about the bad cop, then you have 10 bad cops. Cops must be held to a higher standard specifically because they have the monopoly on violence. Phil had reposted that from the World Star Hip Hop clone that I was talking about called Street Media. What did people have to say about this incident in that one? Man totally surrenders with 0 resistance and still gets some police hospitality. Once he's no longer a risk, they aren't supposed to resort to senseless violence. That's the law. Cops generally have a very low emotional IQ on display here. Doesn't matter what he did before this. For us law-abiding citizens, if an attacker surrenders or walks away, we cannot attack them or we will be considered aggressor and will have charges pressed against us. So this man gave himself up. Why are they exempt from the law? No human should receive this type of treatment, especially in a Western country. He rolled so he could breathe, then big kick, fire both of them today. The video is only a couple of seconds, but there's a lot to take apart in this one, especially with what happened leading up to it. And this is an unbiased police breakdown like I do all the time. Even though people like to say I'm biased, I call out the bad cops. I just want to hear what you guys think about this in the comments below. Let's get to it. Let's watch the viral video all the way through, then I'm gonna learn you something.
Ground. Get on the ground. Do the fucking ground. Don't fucking move. Where's the gun at? Let me see your fucking hand. Where's the fucking gun? Get your alarm. I'm having. Motherfucker. What's your problem? Report told me we went out and touched the store. Hey, can you shut it down? Do you know where he threw his gun? I don't know where he threw it at. It's right here. Move, man! What's your problem?
Like I said, that looked fucking bad. The video starts with 2 cops approaching a man who is on his hands and knees. One officer has his service pistol out and the other has his rifle out. Rifle cop kicks the guy's head into the ground and pistol cop does the same. If you had your ear holes open during that video, you can hear the officers screaming, "Where is the gun?" The guy's complying with them, but they really want to know where that gun is. Rifle officer then muzzle stamps him in the back of the head, and pistol officer does the same. Let's talk about that technique real quick, the whole muzzle stamp. You don't see a lot of that from cops these days. That definitely wasn't taught in my police academy, and you don't see it that much in the policing world. I have been to close quarters battle courses where that is taught. Most of the time, you don't want to get your gun close enough to someone, muzzle stamping them for them to grab it, and then you're in a fight for your life. That would suck. But I have seen it utilized successfully before. My SWAT sergeant, when I was on SWAT, actually utilized a muzzle stamp to KO a veteran to save his life, pretty much. My sergeant was responding to a call for a suicide attempt or a possible suicide, and the guy was a veteran. He was having a whole PTS moment. My sergeant goes into the guy's house, rounds a corner, didn't know the guy had a gun. That wasn't, relayed to him. The guy starts to swing a shotgun around. My sergeant grabs a shotgun barrel, and his pistol's already out. He muzzle stamps him right in the forehead, knocks him out. A lot of cops would have just shot that guy, and it would have been 100% justified. Like I was saying, it's more of an in-the-moment strike to utilize. It's not used a lot, but I mean, if it's a viable tactic in front of you and you have a chance to use it and the person's not deadly to you, some people use it. Next time you talk to a special operations guy, ask him about their best muzzle stamp story. So why are the cops running into their favorite place, the Quebec Tango, with guns drawn, shouting at a random man? Are they angry that the Quebec Tango might have cut off their free coffee? Or did something happen before the viral video took place? Again, not excusing anyone's actions. I'm just here to let you guys have a forum for calm, rational discourse in the comments below. But what happened? About 10 seconds before the viral video starts, the guy who is on the ground walked up to the officers in the parking lot and briefly spoke to them. The officers had to go to a call somewhere else, so they started backing up their patrol car. The guy pulls out a gun, fires one shot into the ground, then fires one shot at the patrol car, striking their spotlight and the driver's side door. Then he just books it into the store with his gun. After being shot at without skipping a beat, the officers grab their weapons and rush into the store after him. They don't know if this is turning into an active shooter situation, a hostage situation, or they're going to be ambushed, but they go right after him to help preserve human life.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Don't fucking move. Where's the gun at? Let me see your fucking hand. Where's the gun? Stupid motherfucker. What's your problem?
Probably one of the biggest pucker factors of this video is right there with the rear officer flagging the absolute shit out of the front officer. From what I read with what the Phoenix Police Department put out is the lead officer with the rifle has 6 years on the department, while the officer who is following him has less than 1 year. So that might even be his FTO. It looks like the entire time the rear officer is just following the lead of the front officer who is a veteran. The guy puts his hands up and starts complying immediately, and that's when the viral video starts that was recorded on a cell phone by one of the Quebec Tango employees. They get him in cuffs, still don't know where the gun is, and when the guy tries to roll over, the officer gives him a kick to stop him. They start searching for the gun, they don't know where it is, and the guy says, "I don't have a problem with you guys, I was just trying to shoot over you." Who fucking says that? Who does that? You can hear the QT employees say that the gun is on the counter, and a little bit after they get him in handcuffs, the employee who is filming points her camera at it. I don't think they realized that the gun was on the counter. I just want to point out the crazy part about this incident is if they would have just got out of their patrol car and shot and killed him, it would have been less controversial. A buddy of mine who runs a Twitter page called The Law of Self-Defense, who, believe it or not, is an attorney who specializes in self-defense, had this to say about it. "I don't see a problem with this use of force. Yes, very aggressive, but the blows seem to be more of a control and intimidation nature rather than intended to inflict serious bodily harm, and that's not unreasonable in these circumstances." Very interesting and definitely something to think about. In the end, though, a grand jury said that the officers should not be charged criminally. The man can still sue the department civilly and maybe get out with a little bit of dough. Let's go ahead and look at both sides. It's clear the cops were pretty amped up. Like, if you tried to take me away from my son and my family, I'm gonna be pretty upset too. You don't get to shoot at me and then play victim. On the other hand, it's kind of cut and dry down the middle on Twitter. On the other hand, people are saying, well, that was straight police brutality because the guy was complying. That the cops, instead of carrying out their duties, they were doing that as revenge for shooting at them. And that's where you guys come in. Do you think that use of force was proper? Do you think that was police brutality? Do you think it's somewhere in between? I just want calm, rational discussion from you fine people in the comments below, letting me know. If you want to help support the channel, you can always go over to dawnedoperator.com, get some super sweet merch. Follow me on every other platform that there is known to God. Click that subscribe button, that notification bell, because YouTube likes unsubscribing you guys from me. And as always, everyone, please have a fantastic day.
Whacker.